It's your boy Jose from Big Meat Sports. How are you guys doing on this lovely, lovely Tuesday? Yes, we are on. Oh, hey, look, I just want to start off to say, you New York Knicks fans, I'm sorry. Hey, look, you guys had a promising season, and I know that you guys thought you were gonna. This is a chance to win the championship, and so on and so forth. And you're down 3-1 to the Miami Heat. And look, hey, the reason why I feel for you guys because look, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Okay. I've been dealing with this for 20 plus years. So I know the feeling of having a great season and then laying an egg in the playoffs. Hopefully Dallas can turn that around this year with our draft, and that'll be another segment, but another episode that we'll talk about. But I am just glad that it's happening to New York Knicks. Okay. And let's just start off by saying Jimmy Butler hasn't even been Jimmy Butler these past few games. You know, he's scoring, yes, he scored what 27 points this past game, but it wasn't one of those Jimmy Butler takeover games that we had that he usually has. And when I say that it is good to see the role players stepping up. Bam stepped up last game and gave us, 23 points and 13 rebounds. He's hearing the chatter of, being too soft and so on and so forth. And I think we can get a little bit more from Bam, just being more aggressive. But I think he's playing within the system and getting other people involved. And people like Max Struess and Kyle Lowry came up huge, huge in these and last night's game. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Miami Heat, and it's frustrating because you watch them throughout the regular season, and I'll tell you straight up, I did not have hope for the Miami Heat during these. Nothing during the season told me any or showed me any promise in the playoffs that were going to come. I thought we are going to be either missing the playoffs or one and done. I didn't think we are gonna, roll through the Milwaukee Bucks like we did and have a 3-1 lead over the Knicks right now. I didn't see that. And we're one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. The finals that were just one shot away last year from making the NBA Finals. So we're back in the mix. I don't know how does Eric Spoelstra pull this off? Time in and time out. But it's to me, you have to give this guy his flowers. Eric Spoelstra is probably one of the best coaches out in the NBA still. If you want to put him in that top echelon as best coaches ever, you're more than welcome to. But I still don't know how he does it with this team. And look at this. Look, this is what the Knicks are missing. And for you Knicks fans and stuff like that, this is where the game changes. Okay. I'm showing you some clips of what the Heat did when Jimmy Butler was sitting on the bench.
15
At least we
to
have
4 while Butler was
some
on the
type
bench.
of
That's huge.
bench play.
Lowry using the screen from Zeller, and he connects.
And
Miami up
going
by
up,
one. Screen from Zeller. Hart fights through it.
keeping
Lowry
this lead
trying to give it up. Flicks
the
it.
bench players.
Robinson
Lowry,
the jumper. He's got
Robinson was hitting shot. Cody
When you
Zeller
talked about
was
his
helping
shooting
out.
being down, I think his
this is where
confidence
we
at times was down
took
during the
to
course of the
another level.
season. Even
And-
last year,
and
putting more
started
pressure
putting
in
the game away.
to get into a shot.
I don't think that the Knicks have a good bench. They rely on so much of their top people. Jalen Brunson, there are other people that when it goes to their bench, that's where you see the decrease in minutes and decrease in scoring. I think that we should win this. We should have swept this series if Josh Hart doesn't injure Jimmy Butler on purpose. And I don't, to me, it looked like he did it on purpose because he tried to do it again in game 3, take out Jimmy Butler's ankles. And, thank God he fouled out on that on last game because this guy's he's just a hacker machine. He goes in there, he wants to mess you up. But for the Knick fans that are complaining about the foul situation, you guys had 2 more free throws than us. Okay. So I don't want to hear this complaining about the fouls and so on and so forth. What you should be complaining is to your team and how the effort that you guys gave. Because um the Miami Heat had 17 second chance points to your 7. We had one possession there that we had 4 times to score because of the second chance points. Hey, you Knick fans, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Some of you guys are delusional. Some of you guys don't want to believe it. Some of you guys are drinking that rat water up there in New York and making you delusional Knick fans that you think you could beat anybody. Hey, that rat water in New York must be something else because we are the better team. We hit you with our starters, our bench players. Our bench is just playing again out of this world, and we don't even have Tyler Hero. That's the funny thing about it. And people are asking, what happened when Tyler Hero's back? Hey, look, it's a well-oiled machine right now. I can't see when Tyler Hero is going to come back, and if he does, he's probably going to play, come off the bench, and he's not playing that many minutes. Tyler Hero's probably gonna, if he does come back and they say NBA Finals, whatever the case may be, probably gonna come back, come off the bench, give you 10 minutes, maybe 15, but he's not gonna be there. You're not gonna really count on him like that. And you don't think he's gonna, come back and shooting the lights out. Um, but one thing I would do want to address is these comments by these ESPN and Sports Center analysis and people, former players, Jalen Rose, that the weather is playing a factor. The weather is playing a factor of the Knicks playing so bad and so poorly and why they're so tired. Bruh, do you know that it's arena? It's an arena that they're playing in. They're not playing outdoors. I can see if you want to talk about the weather when it's like an NFL football game that's Dolphin Stadium and so on. I can understand that. But we're talking about an arena, bro. We're talking about an arena. Look, that's just a Heat culture. We grind out in the off season. Make sure Pat Riley makes sure your body fat is below a certain percentage because he knows when it comes playoff time, that endurance and all that grit needs to be there. Sorry that your team doesn't have that. Now I want to know what's the excuse. What was the excuse when the Miami Heat beat the Knicks on game 1? What was the excuse? I don't know what the excuse was there. What's the excuse going to be when the Heat go up there in Madison Square Garden on Wednesday night and close the series out? What's the excuse going to be? Can't be no weather excuse. You can blame it on your little rat water if you want to, but that's the only thing you can blame it on. We are the better team. You know, you guys got the Knicks got away with playing, a decent team in Cleveland Cavaliers, but look, you're playing a real team that is playoff proven in the Miami Heat. And look, I feel for my Knick fans again. Like I said, I feel for my Knick fans, but this is all you're doing because you Knick fans talk so much trash. The orange and blue skies, and we're back, and F Jimmy Butler, and so on and so forth. Hey, we're about that life. The Miami Heat is about that life. And again, I'm gonna tell you this. Do I think the Miami Heat have a chance to win the championship, win the NBA Finals? To me personally, I think they're one player away, one great player away, either a Damian Lillard or somebody. I think we're still one player away. But that culture right now, is trumping everything. And look, we're probably going to meet Boston in the Eastern Conference Final, and I think Boston is a better team. They got more talent around from the starters to the bench. I do think we'll probably lose to Boston again. I do think that, but you never know. I said you never know when the Milwaukee Bucks series, because you can ask one of my coworkers. I was like, you're one injury away from that series changing, and the injury did happen to Giannis, unfortunately. But then you had Jimmy Butler playing out of his mind. And again, I haven't seen Jimmy Butler really play out of his mind these past couple games, and that should be a scary sight for Knick fans, because he's going to bring it on Wednesday night. You know it, because he has a chance to end the series and get some more rest on his on that ankle, that injured ankle. And you could tell it's injured because one of the plays that I saw when the Knicks had a little fast break, and it looked like Jimmy was trying to push off and try to catch up, but then he was kind of slow and hobbled on last game. That kind of concerned me. So hopefully he's getting that thing, 24-hour treatment, so on and so forth. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from the others. And it's kind of like, who's going to be that other in the next game? Some days you have your others, Gabe Vincent. Then you have Kyle Lowry. You have multiple people that are chipping in and helping out with Bam and Butler. Kevin Love stepping up. I mean, you guys don't really see it, but Kevin Love getting those rebounds and the defense possessions, and just coordinating, Kyle Lowry, this orchestrating where everybody should be. Like, this is a Kyle Lowry that we're missing last postseason. And to see him out there and take that second unit and give Jimmy Butler his rest, I mean, man, it's scary. Like, and again, I do think that we're one more star away from winning the finals. But it's good to just you know, have this how would I say it? Have this joy for right now. Because Knicks, you thought you were back and you weren't. And you guys complaining about the refs so much. And it's like, wow, you you got you were calling us crybabies after game 2 with Scott Foster, blatantly wanted you guys to win. And then the last 2 games, you guys blame the refs. So you guys can blame the refs and we can't? I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. But hey, look, you New Yorkers, you Knick fans, you can, after this series is over, you can enjoy that rat water in New York and keep on complaining. I don't know what's going to happen on the offseason, who's going to get traded and who's going to stay. Look, the only person I know that's not getting traded is Jalen Brunson, because that guy, look, I didn't see this I saw a little bit of it in Dallas, but not how great of a player he is, that he can create off the ball. I think this guy was taking over in Dallas, hogging the ball a little bit too much. Um, but seeing him in New York, he is a real deal, and he's not that big. He just knows how to create his own shot. So I got to give it to Jalen Brunson. I got to give it to him. But other than that, we have the better team. So again, Knick fans, I feel you. I know how it feels to have a great season and lay an egg. Again, I'm a Cowboys fan. That flag that's right there, that flag right there will prove it. So Um, but look, that's all I got for today. I just wanted to, rant and rave and about the Heat winning. Um, please check out us on all major platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram. Go subscribe to those channels, man. Try to help a player out, help this podcast out. I know JC, if he's not paying attention now, if he's not watching right now, I know he wants to do a little segment after his Lakers beat the Golden State Warriors. I know he got some stuff off to say off his chest. And then we'll talk about, we'll try to come back on here and try to talk about the NFL draft that happened because I was liking some of the Dallas Cowboys picks. It wasn't the sexiest picks that everybody wanted, but it was a picks of need, and I do think that the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to be nasty next year. But we'll keep that for another segment. But thank you for tuning in to Big Meat Sport Podcast. And again, don't forget to support all of our pages, subscribe to all of our pages, and we'll catch you on the next episode.